gave away bottom for a little bit, just a little bit, where until the top lane with the two heroes being on top kind of got that advantage early on, and they rotated it around and they got the beacons like you said, Rapid, and they were just able to just sweep through to victory.
Well, a Game 1 win for Ballistix on Braxis is going to send us out onto our second battleground, and really for Supernova, they've got to pull it out here if they want to. Once you're down 0-2, then your back's up against the wall, the pressure's on, so still a little bit of room to play with, and, you know, there's some room for creativity here.
Yeah, well, we do have Towers of Doom here, so we'll see how that plays out for Supernova. But we do see Railband. Yeah, it's, you know, this is expected.
Not
after
allowed.
what happened. Yeah, not allowed.
Kirisaku, he lost 1-1v1, which is technically a 2v1, by the way.
Yep.
And he's never going to play against that hero again. But that does, with the prerequisite Genji ban, give Phoenix over to Supernova, highest win rate hero, and so they're setting themselves up with a good start.
All right. Well, finally, Supernova take away Phoenix for themselves, like you said. We'll see if that will work out, because if they lose after getting Phoenix, the 88% pick rate for
It's only happened
Supernova.
once before.
Yeah, it is. And usually, I just want to say, you know, Ballistix, their top pick hero is Tassadar, which is at 45, with Tracer being 45%. So if you see that, all these other teams, their top picked rate heroes are in the 40%, in the 40s. But for Supernova, Phoenix, 88%. So that must mean something.
I mean,
they got that.
Statistics would never lie to us, would they, ending?
Yep.
So we have to believe that now there is a high percentage chance that Supernova will win. I love that the numbers are really helping us out here with our analysis. Doing our best. On the other side, though, it is still the Malfurion. Once again, not first picked. I'm really upset about that. First round, right? But the Dahaka coming through is another illustration that Ballistix looking to play the macro game. Of course, is Towers of Doom, so very important here.
Yeah, so Dahaka getting away that global pick out of the way for Ballistix, and on screen we do see the crazy here. It's not crazy moving, it's crazy.
He is, really going to the next level. Like, so it's starting to grow out after his Crucible games, where it was like, so he got a freshly dyed Crucible. It's like his big moment. He's coming in, and they might qualify, and he does, right? But whoa! All right, we've got a little bit of cheeky Abathur play. But who is the hero that's really going to be paired with that Abathur? Like, I mean, ideally, we saw Abathur Genji was just like a stomp combo from way back in the day. So the Genji's banned. What are we going to see along with that?
We did, like you said, Rapid, Abathur Genji. We could see Abathur Tracer. You know, Abathur goes okay with Meridian as well, but we'll see how or what Supernova has prepared for us, because, like I said before, Phoenix being on their side, I'm pretty sure their confidence level just boosted up right now. So whatever they're picking from then on is just, you know, what their comfort picks are. Just because they have, you know, Phoenix just makes their day.
Absolutely.
Just completes their competition.
Give me some Zeratul. Been a while since I've seen my man out there, but realistically a little bit unlikely. Either way, let's actually get into the second ban phase and see what else is coming through. Karazim, all right. You know, very, very popular. I feel like he technically is in the support category, but actually does more damage than most non-supports. So I'm not sure exactly how to totally read that. And of course, you know, when it comes to Karazim players, Magi is way up there, so maybe not wanting him to have too good a stats, his team away from it. But second pick phase coming through. What do you expect to see?
Oh, we'll have to see, because they did take away Karazim from Supernova and Ballistix. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to pick a DPS right on their way, and maybe another tank here, since Dahaka's gonna be alone by himself most likely. But you know, I'm worried for Supernova that you know, Karazim. I was talking to the Korean caster to get some knowledge about, you know, how this meta currently is before that change will happen. And you know, one of the casters actually told me Karazim is actually pretty good. Yes, he does lack in the supporting area a little bit compared to the other supporting heroes, but like we saw in the Karazim plays with when the teams maneuver around with him, he's really not a support. He's a deal support or a DPS support per se. So it kind of works out. Even with the lack of heals, they can do that extra DPS that you usually don't expect. So, but they do take away Tracer and Tassadar. Like I said, Ballistix. Tassadar Tracer is their top two most picked.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right, so comfort pick going through, I guess, on both sides. Falstad, and is that a Samuro?
Oh.
Hello?
Hello,
Please
Samuro.
respond. I am, wow. Okay, well, somewhere G-Clef is like twitching randomly, senses a disturbance
Something's
in the
going
hero's force.
Yeah.
A Samuro is coming back. Of course, if you remember, I think last season, Samuro had one of the most impressive games that we have ever seen. And ever since then, I've wanted to see him back, but honestly, can you expect that too often? No. And this is exactly what I was talking about earlier in between our games. I was like, some of our middle of the pack teams think just playing standard against the best teams, they'll win. Well, no, that's not the right way to go. You got to try something new. A little bit of something weird that's coming in for Supernova, and they do grab the Falstad as a global response to Dahaka on the other side.
We'll see how that works out for them because they do have that avatar, so he could definitely support Falstad. Same goes to Samura as well. We'll see if that works out. But let me tell you, for Supernova, No Chat is doing the ban picks as well as the shot calling. So, you know, this is definitely all on No Chat's hands. We'll see if this pick, this composition for Supernova will work out.
Hashtag blame No Chat.
Exactly.
Not my No Chat. Not my NCHT or whatever we're calling him now. I'm just going to call him Nichit for this entire broadcast until someone complains so loudly that he changes it back to having vowels. Either way, it's going to be such a sick game, and I know that Wolf and G-Clef are out there very jealous that we get a chance to see Samuro in a game that they're not here for, but maybe they can get some in their games coming up. Either way, it's an exciting day of HGC Korea, and I'm glad to have all of you out there along for the ride with us. This is going to be some awesome heroes.
Yeah, you guys can see Ballistix not worried about that peculiar picks that Supernova decided to go with. You know, I'm curious as to what Supernova has planned here. With, you know,
aren't we all?
Yeah, Samuro, you know, and it's Kirisaku on that Samuro. It was expected.
I mean, they're giving him about the best opportunity that that he could hope for, right? And it's going to be interesting to see the way that he wants to play this. There's a few different styles that you could go for, but at least for now, it should at least start out pretty normal before we get ultra weird.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm expecting a lot, especially from Supernova, going with those picks, making that composition. If they make this work out, this might just, we might just see a lot of people, especially in Korea, play Samuro now.
Taking a couple of the Bailing landmines early on, Ballistix coming out, being a little bit annoyed there. Samuro, of course, already splitting, literally, to the solo lane up top, being rejoined by Dahaka there. Should be seeing Falstad kind of hold things down, and maybe the roaming Muradin will be what we get a chance to watch.
Yeah, we do see the Falstad and Muradin go up top. Samuro still has that lane pushed up. So they just basically go up and waste their time and just come back to mid to soak up the experience. We'll see how this fight goes. Here, Ballistix 4-man. Here we go. Lands that thorough charge.
We're on to Haven, tosses out. It should be fine for now. But you're right. Rotations are something that we can kind of talk about as a way to kind of zoom out and explain kind of the bigger picture of what this game is going to look like on Towers of Doom.
Exactly, you know, Supernova, they're just, you know, soaking up the experience in all three lanes, kind of a normal thing to see here. As Ballistix, they get their experience, they do a 4-man rotation from mid to bottom, back and forth. They do take that camp. Same goes for Supernova, but this time around, Samura goes for that 12 o'clock camp. We'll see if this small lead, if the Samura does succeed in that camp, will do Supernova any good.
See if Dahaka wants to go up and contest. It does not look like it. So at least for the time being, it's going to be a win for Supernova as far as that goes. They do take charge up top. And I mean, it should have the ability to deal with these staffers in the mid lane.
Yeah, we'll see how that happens. But look at bottom lane right now, you know. We know what's happening at top. Observer, I want to see what's happening at bot right now. We have that push going on. For Ballistix side here. There we go.
Just in time. My man, Observer's kicking in. Just in time to see Pulse pop kill. Muradin not taking enough to survive there, and a win for, once you, exactly like you said, one of the highest win rate heroes for Ballistix.
Yeah, you know, we don't want to see a Muradin getting picked off so early when it's an obvious push coming in from Ballistix, you know. I know he was trying to defend, but you can't give up your life for that. You know, now there's starting to be a little bit of an experience gap for Ballistix once again.
This is one of the great things about having a good tracer on your team is that if you can punish the immobile tanks, force them to either commit preemptively or just take way too much harass and blow them up, I mean, it just becomes so much more difficult to deal with.
If you guys can see the map, obviously you see the rotations that Ballistix are doing compared to what Supernova is doing. Supernova sometimes they kind of, I don't want to say waste time, but they make the unnecessary rotation, so they kind of go back and forth sometimes and get no advantage. But if you see Ballistix, their every rotation, they capitalize on it, they make something out of it. So this is why they're starting to get that small lead little by little. We'll see if this will continue or if Supernova will be able to kind of stop this momentum of the rotations on Ballistix side.
Yep, absolutely. When it does come to rotations, you do often see Ballistix get something out of that. SC getting jumped on here. Haven wants a little bit of revenge, but of course the rest of Ballistix are all there. Warp out there for Bentham. Pretty safe in the back. Not a whole lot of risk here after taking the first couple of shots there from those towers. It's not really a whole lot to do other than just split soak and make sure that you're getting as much XP as you can. The top camp's already been taken, so there's not really realistically a whole lot of objectives other than just trying to push waves into these bell towers.
Yeah, and as you can see, Samro is doing his best to get that lane, get that aggro to top, but we'll see if that will pay out for Supernova. Samro going for that 12 o'clock. We'll see if Dehaka will contest him this time around or just give that 12 o'clock camp once again to Samro.
I mean, it is truly better to give than it is to receive, right? So maybe they'll just give that one. Probably not. All right, well, we do have two Southern altars coming up, so at least that should force a lot of really interesting interaction. The global from Dehaka might be required to come down here. I mean, we already see Ballstad, getting up close and personal. So No Chat does not need to go anywhere. He's already in the thick of it. Hooligan playing very, very upfront, allowing SC to get a lot of free hits off.
Alright, here we go. Ballstad not in a good position. Tracer is definitely not going to let that go, but he actually does. Ooh, he recalls back just to die.
Yeah,
that was not
I mean, that's the worst feeling as a Tracer, right? When you know that your recall is in a bad place. So you have to hit the button to save yourself from certain death, but you know on the other side of certain death is perhaps even more certain death, not the spot you want it to be in.
Yeah, that was uncalled for and unnecessary.
You gotta get the talent to recall even further back in time.
But usually they don't do that
here. No, they definitely do not.
Yeah, well, that one kill goes to Supernova, getting that pick onto Tracer. We'll see if they'll capitalize on that, but we do see that rotation coming down. Phoenix, Bentham will definitely be able to escape from that one. Samuel just giving Dehaka a hard time.
I mean, Dehaka's, you don't play that lane to win, right? You just have to kind of sit there and be like, okay, this is going to suck, but in the end, you're playing Samuro. So the burden really eventually will be on Supernova to make that pick, that combo with the combo to work.
Yeah, we'll see if that early harass coming from Samuro to Dehaka will work out in Supernova's favor as the games prolong. Whereas, like you said, Rapid, Dehaka just trying to endure this pain, and later on he's hoping my teammates will definitely get that pick.
Not like this! Planet Cracker to try to free him up. Unfortunately, it's not a healing beam. Avatar, though, is the choice, and it saves Haven's life. But at what cost? Yeah, is this a good opportunity for Kurosaki to go back in the back? Magi dropping actually surprisingly low. Does get a big heal, and the lockdown onto Kurosaki gonna start to make him a little bit more mortal.
Alright, Samuro does get away, though. He was harassing Magi, but he does get spotted by Tracer, forcing him to fall back.
Cancel on the warp there from Bentham, so I thought he might actually get taken out, but he does still survive. Shield coming back, helping him out there. SC wants to go forward. Where's the pulse bomb? Dropped it.
Here we go.
Grabbing on the pulse pad, though. It's going to be a chicken dinner for Ballistix, taking him out.
Alright, we do have Samurai just soaking up the experience, giving up on that team fight as they should have done a long time ago before those pickoffs went through. But now this tower might just go down. Tracer kind of constantly harassing.
I'm pretty sure they could make Tracer's bullets like deal 0.01 damage, and SC would still try to get up close and personal and deal all that damage and finally find some way to get a kill. But either way, here comes the No Chat. He's back on his trademark. Needs to avoid the pulse bomb and just barely survives. Whoa! Has to avoid the Psy Storm and does so adequately. But Haben also pushed back again, and Phoenix, I don't know about that. That warp was like SC's recall from earlier.
Exactly.
You know where it's gonna go. You gotta do it to stay alive, but you understand it's probably not gonna last very long.
Yeah, so basically right now, Samurai is doing a great job by himself, just trying to soak up all the experience and push the lanes at mid and top. But rest of his team, especially No Chat on the false step, getting picked off, comes back alive, and then he has to go home right away because he gets focused on. You know, and their 88% pick rate Phoenix not doing so great either.
Jonghao and Kurisaku, the two titans, the immortals, kind of battling it out. I mean, it's not that battlefield, but you get the idea. There's 1v1ing over and over again, so eventually help does arrive. Ballistix will try to turn that in their favor. I mean, one thing to talk about is that Supernova have been doing a good job making sure they get as much XP as they can. They're down a little bit less than a level, so that's always a good spot to be in. That's not.
That's not. Yeah, it's not gonna. That gust is not gonna keep you alive. It doesn't heal you. Sorry, No Chat. I don't know if you've forgotten a little bit for being off the tournaments. But
yeah, that retired by the way. Maybe not for long. Maybe he's going back after this. I don't know. But it's good to see him back in HGC. He was one of my favorite players to watch a while ago, but good to see him back. This has been a lot of players returning this season. We got return of Hong Kono, return of Mary Day. So nice to see a few familiar faces.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that the observers get to catch those failed gusts for coming from
that is true.
That,
I feel like observers are players' worst nightmares because they're just there to show them when they mess up, they accidentally use a skill when they're not supposed to.
Like in the first time around, where Haven the Murder gets picked off by a Tracer early on, something that we usually don't see.
Yeah, the observer's like, hey, let me just show this guy kind of messing up a little bit. Either way, it's not over just yet. There is an advantage for Ballistix on those bell tower shots, but you can always come back. Oh my god, I don't have his HP. That's pretty impressive. So, yeah, big lead here for SCSC and the rest of Ballistix, but the level lead is actually totally even.
Definitely is, because I want to see the numbers, especially for Samurai, how much experience he's soaked up by himself. He's been doing work by himself, even as his teammates just get picked off back to back to back. Samurai just contesting the Haka, annoying him, forcing Jungha to kind of rage to go into other lanes to get grabs and just pick his teammates off.
And this Emerald pick is doing pretty well, but here pick on a Nubarak Hooligan. Burrow strike way on out of there and gets the heal from Magi, so should be okay for now. But yet another turn in at these altars being activated by Ballistix. This is actually a kind of a tough spot to be in because this is one of those inevitability maps, right? It's a little bit like Sky Temple that you have to sit there and watch your untimely demise.
Yeah, exactly. See if they're taking away Supernova's side of camps here. Supernova unable to do anything right now because, Fawcett, he gets picked off. It's unfortunate that, like I said before, the observer's always catching on to those mistakes. But Ballistix just pressuring them back and forth. Supernova unable to come out as of now. Samurai at top, here we go. Observer showing us again. He's doing his best to try to keep his team in check by himself.
Oh no, not like this!
Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah, he did actually cancel that remarkably. So Bentham survives, somewhat surprisingly, and the Avatar help is here. No Chat, is he gonna go down there? Fire. A little bit heartbreaking, but
it is.
Yeah, in the end, it is a 10 bell tower shot difference, a 10 core health difference. for Supernova, and I don't know, it's going to be hard to make up, right? Because it just gets more and more difficult, especially you know, if you have difficult altars to get to. Like the ones up top, it's going to be just really hard for Supernova to penetrate deep enough into Ballistix territory to stop them from activating.
You know, Samuro playing his own game right now at top. Murden actually comes out to kind of help Samuro annoy Dehaka even a little bit more. But, you know, like I said, Samuro playing his own game. And then he realizes mid and bot, what happened to those lanes? But here we go into a team fight.
Jonga very low, but of course he has sustained for days. Planet Cracker catches Hooligan and might actually wind up leading to his death here. I mean, Kurisaku realistically should be able to catch up to this pretty quickly. Nice gust, but in the end, Falstad does die. Hooligan's going to run Kurisaku ragged.
He lives!
And Jung out there for the save. Hooligan gets out.
Wow, so a 2-0 trade as you see on top. Murden and Phoenix get picked off. Falstad, I'm sorry. Falstad and Phoenix, the 2 DPS gets picked off for Supernova, and none of Ballistix die. This is not the way this game should be playing, especially for Supernova side. They only have 6 left on their board.
I mean, they're not going to have 6 for very much longer. Boss going to go down here in Ballistix, just running a clinic on how to play Towers of Doom, making it look honestly pretty easy. More shots coming out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to put them on realistically their last leg.
All right, well, we'll see how this, you know, realistically, Supernova definitely having a very hard time. Unfortunately, they're going up against a formidable team, so, you know, I'll cut them some slack.
Oh, Cocoon does land on the Falstad. No, Chad. No! Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
A little bit anticlimactic there. I think everybody kind of knew what was coming. Haven wants to be the avatar of a winning team, but he's going to have to settle for his own. He does survive again
he gets rooted
for a little bit longer, and built a wall and didn't defend it well enough. So goes down, and that is going to set Ballistix up in a pretty good spot to take down Southern Goblin Sappers and lead them on to victory.
All right, the last altar comes out. This may just be it for Supernova if they are unable to do something about this, you know, unstoppable team here. But there's def.
Unstoppable, by the way. Yeah, it's definitely a good way to describe Ballistix. He's gonna Planet Cracker them down. They're shielding the Sappers to fire off.
You know, they're just giving it their all. They're not giving up.
No, realistically, he just saved the game, right? Their core had 2, now it's got 1. So, 6
they have
Planet
to defend
Cracker.
here now.
That's
all right,
exactly the way that Planet Cracker is meant to be used.
That Gust buys them some time. We'll see Samuro goes in.
Boom goes the dynamite. No chats out of here. Alex and Kurisaku might be the next ones to go. Certainly Alex is out of there. Kurisaku, he's battling it out, man. He's trying to make the most out of this Samuro pick. You know, I'm happy to get a chance to see non-standard heroes being chosen. The effect that he's having on the game, it was good for a while. He did take that top bell tower, but in the end, getting eliminated again.
Oh, Abathar joins the fight at the end, trying to do whatever he can.
The good old melee Abathar builds. I love it.
This time around, it is GG for Supernova. There we go. The last altar has been taken.
A little bit of overkill there. They could have just let one more Goblin Sapper in. But that's it. And of course, big smiles on Ballistix faces as they do take a second game in a row in their series versus Supernova. Honestly, expected, but at the end, it's still a fun game to watch with some unique characteristics.
Yeah, like I said before, if Supernova were able to make something out of this composition that they brought out again, especially against such a strong team like Ballistix, that would have been remembered. However, unfortunately, Supernova was unable to do so. But like you said, Rapid, Samuro definitely did his best. He did make a little bit of a scratch onto Ballistix at top lane at least.
Yeah, and so when Ballistix crushed bottom and took that Southern Bell Tower, it was actually really crucial that Samuro was able to take his. Although I feel like one of the main characteristics of Samuro is as a split pusher, if you leave that guy alone, he will absolutely take your keep and maybe even your core, like we've seen in some of his most famous HGC Korea moments. But, you know, this is Towers of Doom, and you can't do that. So, I mean, maybe you do pick The Samuro, by the way, only player to get a kill on Supernova, so you can maybe blame the rest of his team there. It's like, I did my job. I killed somebody.
Yeah.